Hello and welcome to the Times of India. You're watching Global Pulse with me, Neha Khanna. Our big focus on the show tonight. In a dramatic turn of events, a special tribunal in Bangladesh has sentenced former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to death in absentia, handing down the verdict for crimes against humanity. The judgment marks a deeply polarizing moment in Bangladeshi politics, with reverberations not only inside the country but also in the region. The International Crimes Tribunal found Hasina guilty on multiple counts linked to her role in the crackdown on the 2024 student-led uprising, which ultimately led to her ouster. Prosecutors accused her of ordering lethal suppression, including the use of helicopters, drones and firearms. The tribunal held that she incited violence, failed to protect protesters and even ordered killing of specific individuals.
We have decided to inflict her with only one sentence, that is sentence of death. It is hereby ordered that accused Sheikh Hasina be found guilty on 3 counts under charge 1. Count number 1, incitement. Count number 2, order to kill. Count number 3, inaction to prevent the atrocities and failing to take punitive actions against the perpetrators.
Specifically, Sheikh Hasina was convicted on 5 counts of abetment, incitement, conspiracy, complicity and failure to prevent mass murder. Her co-accused are former Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal and former Police Chief Chaudhry Abdullah Al-Mamoon. While Hasina and Khan have been sentenced to death, Al-Mamoon has received a prison term. While delivering the verdict, the tribunal observed that Hasina had directed a ruthless campaign. She ordered the use of military-style force, deployed drones and helicopters, and sanctioned extrajudicial violence. The court cited forensic evidence, recorded conversations, phone call transcripts, and other proof. For instance, a phone call to a municipal official where she allegedly said no one would be spared. The tribunal also said she used hate speech, calling students Razakars, a derogatory term, in a way that inflamed the situation. Sheikh Hasina has strongly criticized the verdict, calling the tribunal rigged, politically motivated and illegitimate. She argues that the interim government lacks democratic mandate and the entire process is designed to erase her and her party, the Awami League, from Bangladesh's political landscape. In her public remarks, Hasina has insisted that she never ordered any killings. Instead, she blames the interim government, led by Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus, for stirring unrest and violence. The former Bangladesh Prime Minister's son, Sajib Wazed, had warned ahead of the verdict that he expected a death sentence. Wazed, who lives abroad, says his mother is safe in India and that supporters of the Awami League will not allow the February elections to proceed unless the ban on her party is lifted. He has threatened mass protests if the political exclusion continues. Meanwhile, India has issued a statement saying it has noted the verdict of the tribunal. The statement says, as a close neighbour, India remains committed to the best interests of the people of Bangladesh, including in peace, democracy, inclusion and stability in that country. We will always engage constructively with all stakeholders to that end. All of this goes back to August 2024, when Bangladesh saw a massive student-led protest movement centered around quota reforms in public sector jobs. These protests escalated into a nationwide uprising. According to UN estimates, about 1,400 people may have died, mostly shot by security forces, during what came to be known as the July Uprising. The violence spiraled, public anger mounted, and Hasina's 15-year rule collapsed. On 5th August 2024, Hasina fled to India, ending her long tenure as Prime Minister. Soon after, an interim government was formed under Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus, who became the chief advisor. From her exile in India, Hasina has continued to speak out. She has accused Yunus of orchestrating a meticulous conspiracy against her and her party. She says his interim government is unrepresentative and extremist. She has also demanded free, fair and inclusive elections, lifting of the ban on her party and restoration of what she calls participatory democracy. Under Yunus, the interim government in Bangladesh has promised elections in February next year. However, with Hasina's party banned and now a court sentencing her to death, the upcoming polls are expected to be deeply contentious. Hasina's sons' threats of an election boycott combined with lingering violence raise real risks. If the Awami League remains excluded, the legitimacy of the vote could be questioned and more protests may flare up amid threats of fresh violence. Meanwhile, Muhammad Yunus, during this period, has often taken a provocative anti-India stance. Apart from seeking closer ties with Pakistan and China at the expense of India, Yunus has criticized Indian media narratives, accusing them of echoing what he calls fake news and pro-Hasina propaganda. Not only that, under his caretaker government, many radical Islamist anti-India groups, such as the Jamaat-e-Islami, have flourished, gained ground and acted with impunity, not only threatening Bangladesh's internal security but also posing a security threat to India. In the past, Yunus has stated that Hasina should not be campaigning from India. On one occasion, he said, if India keeps her until we want her back, the condition is she must remain silent. He's also repeatedly pushed for her extradition, sending formal diplomatic letters to New Delhi. Many observers say Sheikh Hasina's death sentence is not just a legal judgment. It's a crystallization of the bitter political battle that has engulfed Bangladesh, a battle over legitimacy, democracy and the future of the country's governance. While Hasina in exile, her party banned and her fate tied to the slow-moving reforms of the Yunus government, the road to February's election could be a bumpy one. How Bangladesh navigates this moment will likely shape its political, economic and social landscape for years to come.